The Hall of Fame game is tonight, so I figure this is a pretty good time to unveil my predictions for the 2023 NFL season. We'll start in the AFC East. Honestly, I just believe the Bills are going to be fine in this regular season, and the big thing to note here is I am not high on the Jets, like at all. I think they'll finish above the Patriots, but that's not saying much. Well, it's not saying as much as you think it is. AFC North, this one I kind of went with my gut. Now, I feel like every team from this division could make a playoff push, but ultimately I think it's Baltimore that comes out on top. AFC South, I mean, more or less you knew this was coming. Jacksonville on top. Tennessee, I think they've improved, but not enough to get a playoff spot. And yes, I do think Houston is better than Indianapolis now, and it's not close. AFC West, honestly, the tricky thing here was figuring out who would finish on top between the Chargers and the Broncos. Ultimately, I gave a slight edge to the Chargers. NFC East. Okay, you're wondering why the Commanders are this high, aren't you? Honestly, I think it's because the absence of Dan Snyder is going to have a noticeable impact on this team. And mind you, Washington finished 8-8 last year with Carson Wentz at QB. Don't tell me this team is not a playoff contender. NFC North. Okay, I gotta be honest with y'all. You have no idea how close I was to putting the Bears above the Vikings on this. I really think Chicago's being slept on, but I still give the division to Detroit. NFC South, I just feel like no team here really wows me, but the Saints are the most complete to me, so I give New Orleans the division. And finally, NFC West, no surprise here, San Francisco, Seattle, LA, Arizona. Boom, 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 let's move on. This year, my Super Bowl matchup is Niners versus Chiefs, and I have San Francisco coming out on top. All right, this year, I'm giving MVP to Jalen Hurts. Offensive Player of the Year, you wouldn't believe it. This was a toss-up between Justin Jefferson and Justin Fields for me. I'm giving it to Justin Jefferson. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to go ahead and give that to TJ Watt. And finally, last but not least, Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm giving that to Bryce Young. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Devon Witherspoon. And last but not least, before I get up out of here, on Sunday, I will be starting a series where I preview all 32 teams in the 32 days leading up to week 1. Let me know who you think is going first.